and welcome to Leeds Tax News on Thursday the 24th of November. I'm Naomi Cotham.
And I'm Stephen Garvey. Here are today's headlines.
The people of Bristol remember Jo Cox after her killer was jailed for life.
Leeds City Museum honours the role that women played in World War I and II.
And Leeds Beckett University have teamed up with Dementia Action Alliance to help make Leeds a more dementia-friendly city. More people have been leaving tributes after the murder of Batley and Spen MP Jo Cox. Thomas Mayer has now been sentenced to life in prison following the events of June 16th. The MP was about to conduct a surgery with her constituents in Bristol when Mayer, a man from neo-Nazi views, attacked her. An elderly man who was also stabbed by Mayer as he tried to stop the attack, which happened outside the community centre and library in the heart of Bristol. With the community still in mourning, people continue to leave flowers. The murder has brought the people of Batley and Spen together, and the feeling in Bristol is that she will be truly missed by many. Leeds City Council members have voiced their disappointment over this year's autumn statement.
The 72-page document outlines how government funding will be spent across the country. I went to Leeds City Council to find out more.
The autumn statement announcement has not been received with masses of approval from Leeds City Council. This year's statement was released yesterday by Chancellor of the Exchequer, Philip Hammond, his first in the job.
The fastest growing major advanced economy in the world this year. An economy with employment at a record high and unemployment at an 11-year low.
There have been some benefits to Leeds, including particular focus on the Northern Powerhouse and a £1.85 million donation to Leeds Children's Hospitals. However, the reaction here at the Council has been mixed, with Council Leader Judith Blake releasing this statement today.
She said, "The autumn statement does not go nearly far enough in addressing some of the UK's basic inequalities, and there is very little, if any, mention of much needed support for council services in Leeds. We need decisive action nationally to address rapidly escalating demand for social care services. Without intervention, it is councils like Leeds that will be left shouldering the burden, and our NHS will be pushed to the edge as it approaches its busiest time of the year. It remains to be seen how Hammond's policies will affect Leeds, but initial reaction is not so positive."
I'm Stephen Garvey, reporting for Leeds Tax News. 2 people have been arrested on suspicion of murder after a man was found dead in his flat in Hyde Park. The body of Christopher Lascaris was found at his flat on November the 17th. His family said, "Christopher was a deeply loved son and brother. Losing him has broken our hearts and words cannot express our pain." The family have asked for privacy while they process recent events. Detective Chief Inspector Mark Swift said, "We have been carrying out extensive inquiries regarding Christopher's murder, and these 2 arrests are a significant development. Any information can be passed on to the Homicide and Major Inquiry Team by calling 101.
A newborn baby has been found outside the vicarage of St Peter's Church in Bramley. The child was pronounced dead upon arrival at Leeds General Infirmary.
Inquiries are underway to identify the child and his mother, and police are keen to hear from anyone with any information that could assist the investigation.
Leeds Beckett University have signed up for the National Dementia Declaration for England.
As a research hub for the subject, the university is hoping it will provide a strong foundation for their work.
Fatima Banglawala reports.
Leeds Beckett University has become a member of the Leeds Dementia Action Alliance in an effort to make the city a dementia-friendly place.
The Dementia Action Alliance overall is a national organisation that's got regional subgroups. So the aim of the Dementia Action Alliance is to help communities become dementia friendly. So it's made up of groups of organisations who've made a commitment within their organisation to become more dementia friendly. So that could be a variety of different things dependent on the organisation. So they could be a bank, they might be a corner shop, they could be a university or a city council. So what they'll pledge to do and having their action plan would be very different. But the idea of the Action Alliances is to bring all those people together and give them a forum and a way of connecting with each other.
Professor Claire Sir spoke of how important it is for Leeds to be a dementia-friendly city.
We've got more and more people who are living with dementia now. We've just heard in the news how dementia is one of the leading causes of death for women in this country, and that also obviously means more and more people are living with dementia. And so it's important that we have a society that can support people to live well with the condition, to live independent lives, and that's helpful and accepting of people with that condition.
We also spoke to Dr. Nathaniel Milton about the significance of Leeds Beckett's involvement.
Leeds Beckett has a very strong dementia group, and when I came up here, I brought some of the Alzheimer's research. We have a prof of biomedical science who does research linked to neurodegeneration. And we've now got strong links with the University of Leeds and a lot of the surrounding universities. So this area is becoming a big hub for this type of research.
This is Fatima Banglawala reporting for Leeds Hacks News.
The Women War Workers exhibition opens today in the Royal Army's Museum and other museums across Leeds.
The exhibition aims to tell the stories of the women of World War I and their contributions to the war effort. Joe Jackson reports.
With up to 1 million British men dying in World War I, it can be easy to overlook the contribution women gave to the war effort. The Women Work in War exhibition seeks to rectify that.
I think the exhibition gives you a brilliant insight into different people's lives, children, civilians, soldiers, nurses, workers, and how they were affected by the First World War. So I think it really does help you to step into their footsteps of what life was like in 1914 to 1918. So the exhibition has got a whole section devoted to nurses and nurses from Leeds who might have gone out and nursed abroad or might have nursed at home in convalescent homes in Leeds. And it really looks at their personal stories, how their lives were affected.
The First World War brought huge changes to many women in Britain. As men headed abroad to fight in World War I, over 1 million women joined the workforce from 1914 to 1918. The Women Work in War exhibition at Leeds City Museum and the Royal Armouries really highlights just the impact that they made as they helped Britain secure victory in that war.
Leeds is famous for having Barnbow Munitions Factory, which was one of the largest munitions factories of the time, and almost all of the employees there were women. And actually 100 years ago, next month in December, there was a big explosion at that factory which tragically killed 35 women. And that anniversary is coming up as well. I think the exhibition gives you a brilliant insight into different people's lives, children, civilians, soldiers, nurses, workers, and how they were affected by the First World War. So I think it really does help you to step into their footsteps of what life was like in 1914 to 1918.
With these exhibits comes a great opportunity to see a rarer side of history. Joe Jackson for Leeds Hacks News.
Have you started your Christmas shopping yet? Tomorrow might be a good day to begin.
Charlotte Brooke visited the streets of Leeds to see how the Black Friday preparations are coming along.
Many retailers in the city centre of Leeds are preparing for one of the busiest shopping days of the year, Black Friday.
Tomorrow, shoppers are going to pour into the streets and shopping centres of Leeds to grab the best deals for their Christmas shopping. High street chains are set to knock off up to 75% off their recent lines for Black Friday.
Online shopping, which has indefinitely become more popular over recent years, may have affected the profit made from Black Friday. Consumer spending in the UK has been totally reformed. £2 billion is predicted to be spent tomorrow, and £1.27 billion of which is to be spent online.
I could do. I like to see what I'm buying usually. So I think I'd rather come and have a look. So I'm just going to continue to do it for the next few days. Been to the Entertainer and TK Maxx. Where else have I been? Argos. All over really.
Body Shop, one of the biggest high street retailers in the UK, are partaking in the sales all week long.
The Body Shop itself actually put a lot out about Black Friday on social media, and they do that at an international level and at a store level as well. And we personally all went around local businesses, handed out flyers, and we also do things with the local university to try and make sure they know. It is about 1,300 people we expect to see tomorrow, so it's a big day.
Black Friday is relatively new to the UK, as it originated in America as part of Thanksgiving. The UK is still getting used to the big day of sales.
Well, I'll have a look. I'll be looking, I won't be... If it's worth buying, I'll buy it.
The shops are definitely ready for Black Friday. Let's hope the people are too. Charlotte Brooke, Leeds Hacks.
And now the sport. Leeds United manager Garvey believes his current crop of players are capable of making the Premier League this season. A win against Rotherham on Saturday would see United climb into playoff places.
In Rugby League, Leeds Rhinos Chief Executive Gary Hetherington is confident hooker James Sigario will remain at the club despite attracting interest from the NRL. Sigario is contracted at the club until 2018.
And finally, Yorkshire County Cricket Club fear to upgrade Headingley Stadium could mean the loss of Test cricket.
Well, the weather's been a bit calmer since Storm Angus left our shores, but what can we expect in the next few days? Let's find out from Holly.
The weather going into this evening will remain fairly clear with slight overcasts and temperatures dropping to 3 degrees Celsius. Going into the rest of the week, the weather will remain much the same, with temperatures dropping to lows of 2 degrees Celsius. Holly Beatie for Leeds Hacks News.
Well, that's all from us tonight. Good night.
Good night.